In today's video, we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin as well as Celer Network. We're going to be diving into Celer Network. The market right now is currently in green in the past week, as you guys can see. Most of it is in the green, which is a very, very good sign. But I do want to have a look at this right here. This chart, we saw three bounces off the trend line and a rejection right here. So this is something that's very, very important that I want to have a look at. Another thing is I want to be having a look at Celer Network right here. We got almost 100,000 people on the watch list, currently ranked 130, traded at 9 cents. So this is going right above it. We're also going to be diving into the charts. Market cap of $553 million, so $500 million is the market cap, which is fairly cheap in my opinion. This can still 10x from here. If we do 10x, we're most likely going to see 90 cents. Right here on CoinMarketCap, people are saying Celer road to $1, 50 to 70 cents. Yes, that is definitely possible in my opinion. Celer can really replicate what Matic Network did. So we're going to be diving into the charts as well. So that on the side. Another thing I want to have a look at is, are we going to have a massive altcoin season soon? As you guys can see right here, we do have the peak right here, and we're currently sitting at 69. If we manage to reach and go above 75, we're most likely going to have a massive alt season. Let's have a look at the monthly. It is altcoin month on the monthly time frame. As you guys can see, if I have a look and I zoom out, we are above 75, which is fantastic. Now, what dictates what's an alt season or not? Top 50 performance over the last month, and they have to be better than Bitcoin. So as you can see, the top 50, or we got 50 altcoins that are essentially better than Bitcoin, and it's of course alt year right now. So most of the altcoins in the past year have been performing better than Bitcoin, but alt season is really in the short term. So can we potentially see a massive alt season soon? Very possible. Another thing I want to have a look at is the Bitcoin dominance. Before I get into Bitcoin, this is the Bitcoin dominance right here. If you guys remember the video that I did a few days ago, I did mention that we were going to retest this area right here and then come back down. Now, this is exactly what is happening right now. Now, the thing is, are we going to see a double bottom and then pop back up? Or are we going to continue to the downside on the Bitcoin dominance? Because if we manage to continue below 38 to 36, we could see one of the biggest alt season in history in crypto. That to decide. Let's start off with Bitcoin first because Bitcoin is king. Then we're going to move on to Celer Network, okay? Bitcoin. We did have a nice little trend right here, okay? And as you guys know, the trend is your friend until it bends. We had a start of a peak right here, support, rejection, and then boom, another rejection. Now we know this is essentially a cross support resistance. So this was essentially a support trend line. And now because we broke below it, this is now a resistance. So what happened if we zoom in? We essentially came back down. We had a nice little crash, came back up, had a nice little fake out. Everyone thought that, oh, we're above this level, 42,000. Then we're going to break out. But no, we actually got rejected by this area right here. We got rejected by the trend line, and the trend is your friend. Yes, you have to look at both ways. We bended right here. We made a nice little bend right here on January 5th. At 43,000, we came back up, retested. Now we know that every time, and I said in a lot of my videos, we know that every time we have a breakout, we usually come back and retest the trend line, the resistance, the support, whatever it is. Another thing is, look, boom, this is an inverse, a regular head and shoulder. I've been mentioning this head and shoulder pattern, and this is the neckline of the head and shoulder. We know that in a head and shoulder, we usually come back and we make a nice little V recovery shape and then come back down. Now, if I take the target of this inverse head and shoulder, it's like going to 10K. Now, are we going to go back to 10K? Probably not. So this head and shoulder is probably it's probably not going to reach its potential target, but 30K is definitely a big move. It's definitely a possibility. Of course, guys, once again, this is not financial advice, so always do your own research and due diligence. I'm just telling you guys with the charts. I've been reading charts for quite some time now. And it is definitely a possibility to see 30K again. Anyways, that's enough said with Bitcoin. Let's have a look on Celer Network real quick. Celer Network, let's start off with the weekly time frame because I like the weekly time frame a lot. So on the weekly time frame, we do have a resistance right here, and we do have this area right here that we've been consolidating. So can this be essentially a bull flag? A bear flag, because we know that once we have a downtrend, we usually come back, consolidate, and then come back down. Can Celer Network come back all the way to, that's not the right level, to 2 cents, or are we going to go all the way back up? Well, there's a few things we have to look at. If we manage to break above this resistance on the weekly time frame and we have a strong breakout, I wouldn't be surprised if we consolidate towards this side. Another thing is we could have another an alt season, which means that a lot of the money could be flowing into altcoins over Bitcoin. Now, we saw that happen a bunch of times. So even if Bitcoin dumps or even if Bitcoin consolidates, we could see a massive alt season. Let's have a look on the daily time frame. Daily time frame is also looking bullish right here. First of all, we do have a rejection right here. We also have a nice little W pattern right here, which is fantastic. Double bottom. We know that W pattern and double bottoms are usually bullish, but something I do want to have a look at is the VPVR volume profile point of control level. As you guys can see right here, we are above the VPVR POC level. The POC level is the red line. Right here, it's automatic given to me. This was a strong support level right here. Now, can we essentially make a nice little move all the way to 11 cents, which is right here, which is the next point of control, or I don't want to say point of control, but the next strong resistance. As you guys can see right here, all of this is pretty strong in my opinion. We have nothing, anything here is empty. So there's not going to be so many bears up there. In my opinion, bears are most likely going to be looking to sell around this region right here at 11 cents if that does happen. So in my opinion, we're most likely going to see a 20% move on Celer network in the next few days, which is fantastic. Of course, once again, not financial advice, and always do, 24% exactly, and always do your own research, guys. So that's that on Celer network. Let's have a look on the shorter time frames real quick, like the moving averages. So good news right here on the daily time frame, we are above the moving average or 200 moving average. Now, if you're in crypto for a while, you know that the 200 moving average is a very positive sign. Another thing is that we did have a nice little death cross right here, as you guys can see, but of course we recovered it, which is beautiful. We had a bull cross, a golden cross right here, and now we are above it. So not only are we above the 200, but we are also below above the 50 moving average. Another thing, guys, that is very important and crucial and very extremely important to me is the EMA ribbon. Of course, that's not everything, but it is a big indicator right here on the 26th of November. Ever since we broke below it, which was almost over 2 months ago, guys. Almost over 2 months ago, we broke below the 200 moving average cleanly, or I would say right here, even right here. So we were in an uptrend and then we broke right here. So even the 20th of October, ever since we broke below it, we came back up, had a nice little peak, fake out, had a second fake out. So we had a few fake outs, and so for 3-4 months, we've been on a downtrend. As you guys can see right here, this is a downtrend that we've been seeing, and now we are actually above it for the first time and not in a fake out way, because we are growing slow. So the thing is right here is if we manage to break and have multiple candles, not 2 candles. Look at that. This was just too much volume and not too much volume, but too much of a high spike. But if we manage to have, 2 to 3 candles more, 1, 2 like that, which are greens above the EMA ribbon, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Celer go on a massive bull run, because this would be very well. And as you guys know right here, we always get supported by the EMA ribbon. And look at this, the smaller the candles are, the better they are, the more bullish they are. These big candles, yes, they're bullish too, but they usually come back down. Look at this, 1 green candle came back down, 1 green candle right here came back down too, 1 green candle came on back down as well. So we've been honestly in a bear market or in a downward trend ever since the 20th of October on Celer network, and things are looking fire right now for CELR. Another thing I want to have a look at is the RSI as well. RSI, we are a little bit right now, we could be hitting a slight resistance. Yes, tomorrow we could potentially come back and retest the EMA ribbon and then fly back up, but we are currently at 62. We know that anything that's above 70 is overbought. So that being said, we might see a nice consolidation. We might see, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next few days with Celer network. But that is it for today, guys, on Celer, Bitcoin, altcoin season, Bitcoin dominance, VPVR. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.